This is a jaw-dropping theory that keeps people guessing and talking. Did Jay-Z have something to do with Tupac's mysterious death? Whispers and speculations have circulated as people tirelessly search for a link between these two iconic figures. Is there any truth to this theory, or is it merely another captivating rumor surrounding one of modern history's most discussed homicides? Join us on an exploration of one of the most scandalous and mind-boggling deaths in the music industry as we delve into the intrigue and discover the true nature behind the buzz. So on September 7th, 1996, Tupac and Suge, along with their crew, were leaving the fancy MGM when something unexpected happened. Trevon Lane, one of Knight's associates, approached Shakur and whispered something in his ear. This caught Shakur's attention, and he wasted no time. He sprinted away with his loyal sidekick Alexander close behind. Shakur found himself in a fierce fight with Orlando Anderson, who had connections to the notorious Southside Crips gang. After the dust settled, the death row crew decided to retreat to their favorite Vegas hotspot, the luxurious Luxor Hotel, where they could unwind and let the gossip mill do its thing. The crew was getting ready, and it looked like Alexander would be joining Shakur in Knight's flashy BMW. But wait for it! Surprise twist! Shakur unexpectedly tossed the keys to his girlfriend Kiata Jones's car to Alexander. That's right! Shakur wanted him to chauffeur the Outlaws, their backup group, to the club. Meanwhile, Knight took the driver's seat in his sleek BMW, with Shakur as his passenger. After spending around 30 minutes, the entourage hit the road, headed for 662. The speakers were blaring with thumping beats as Tupac and Suge were in the mood to turn up. At around 11 p.m., and at the next intersection, a white Cadillac rolls up alongside Knight's car. Out of nowhere, a hand wielding a gun appears and unleashes a rapid fire of 14 shots at the sleek BMW. By the way, if you're feeling fancy, you can actually buy that restored 1996 black BMW from Celebrity Cars in Las Vegas for a whopping $1.75 million. In a haunting moment, Carroll recounts his interaction with Tupac as they tried to gather information. Shakur's condition quickly worsened, going from agitation and attempts to communicate with Knight to a sudden loss of strength, drifting into exhaustion. In a glimmer of hope, Carroll sought cooperation from Shakur, only to be met with a defiant response, "Fuck you!" Tragically, those were Shakur's last words. Soon after, his eyes rolled back, a gurgling sound emerged, and he never regained consciousness. It was a chilling and final conclusion to his spoken words. I guess we can say Shakur really know how to leave us hanging, even if it was unintentional. Talk about a cliffhanger, huh? The only thing missing was a dramatic "to be continued" screen. Tupac underwent emergency surgery at Las Vegas's University Medical Center. He spent 6 days on life support and died at 4:03 p.m. on September 13th, 1996, after his mother consented to turn off the machines. He was 25 years old. Now, seriously, there are more theories about Tupac's death than there are stars in the sky. Okay, maybe not that many, but you get the idea. But amidst the whirlwind of speculation, one thing remains clear. There's one that stands out. It all sounds absolutely unbelievable, but it seems like Jay-Z made it his mission to push Tupac's buttons, driving him crazy, all so he could find a twisted excuse to take him down. Prepare to have your mind blown, because when you discover everything Jay-Z allegedly did to Tupac before his tragic demise, you won't know whether to gasp or shake your head in disbelief. Before Tupac burst onto the scene, Jay-Z was already making a name for himself in the music industry. However, there were whispers that he felt threatened by Tupac's rapid rise to stardom. And you know what? It seems like there might be some truth to that claim, because Jay-Z found himself entangled in the fiery feud between Tupac and Notorious B.I.G. So how did it all unfold? Well, the billionaire rapper decided to collaborate with Notorious B.I.G. on a track called Brooklyn's Finest. This song was featured on the iconic Rockefeller album, Reasonable Doubt. Now here's where things get interesting. According to music producer and DJ Irv Gotti, he actually warned Jay-Z against including that song on the album. But did Jay-Z pay heed to the advice? Nope. He stubbornly refused to listen, brushing off the warning. Here's what Irv Gotti said about it. Why do you think Jay-Z? Well, let's circle back to Brooklyn's Finest. I was dead set against it. I kept telling Jay, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. But you know Jay, always questioning why. I tried to explain, Big is too powerful, too influential, I told him. Before we conquer the world, we need to conquer the West Coast. Before we dominate the West Coast, we need to rule the East Coast. And before we take over the East Coast, we need to own New York. And you know what? Brooklyn is where it all starts. Despite being fully aware of the intense beef between Biggie and Tupac, Jay-Z boldly proceeded to collaborate with Biggie on a song, disregarding the warnings against it. This action raises eyebrows and leads us to question Jay-Z's motives. Did he purposefully aim to provoke and unsettle Tupac? Now let's talk about that song where Jay-Z and Biggie playfully teased each other. Since they were both proud Brooklynites, they wanted to showcase their culture in lyrics. But here's the thing, Biggie might have crossed the line when he mentioned Tupac. In his verse on Jay's song, he had something to say about Pac, and it wasn't exactly flattering. Biggie's words about Tupac had everyone buzzing, wondering what was really going on behind the scenes. You see, Biggie's verse on the song made a reference to the cheating scandal involving his ex-wife and Tupac. Back then, there were rumors that Tupac had been involved with Faith Evans, although she denied it in her memoir titled Keep the Faith. However, she did open up about Tupac's request for oral sex. You know, Biggie and Tupac had this long-standing beef going on. It wasn't just about diss tracks. Things escalated to actual fights between them. There was also this fierce East Coast versus West Coast rap rivalry happening at the same time. So Jay-Z found himself right in the middle of all the drama. Some people speculate that Jay-Z might have been really mad at Tupac and might have actually wanted him gone. Take note that Tupac was shot and killed just a month after his beef with Jay-Z. Could it be possible that it was Jay-Z's plan all along? We don't have concrete evidence to support that theory at the moment, but what we do know is that Jay-Z didn't stay silent after hearing Tupac's diss track. He went ahead and recorded his response, ready to drop it. However, the track never saw the light of day because, tragically, Tupac was killed before the planned release date. It leaves us wondering what could have happened if that response had been unleashed. So Jay-Z chose not to release the song as a way of showing respect for the deceased, but if we delve into the possibility of Jay-Z's involvement, we could connect it to the fact that Jay-Z and Biggie were close friends. Maybe that song they worked on together went beyond just lyrical jabs. It's worth mentioning that Tupac survived an assassination attempt where he was shot a staggering 9 times. Tupac never let up on accusing Biggie of being behind the attack, but Biggie kept denying any involvement. Someone who stood firmly by Tupac's side until his tragic end was Snoop Dogg. In a podcast interview, Snoop shared a heartfelt story about driving to Suge Knight's house in Vegas when he received the devastating news of Tupac's passing. He recounted how they arrived at Suge's house first and hadn't seen Tupac yet. They had a conversation with Suge. He assured them that Tupac would be okay, that he would pull through, reminding them that he had survived being shot 9 times before. However, Snoop bravely admitted that everything wasn't all right when he came face to face with Tupac lying in a hospital bed, hooked up to tubes. They hit me in the head, so we feeling like it's gonna be hiding to go to the hospital and see I fainted. Then his mother, got me up and walked into the bathroom and had a conversation with me about being strong. She was like, "My baby ain't never seen you weak. I don't want you to be weak in front of him. You go in the bathroom and fix yourself up, and you go back in here and you talk to him." It must have been incredibly tough for Snoop to witness Tupac's hospital scene, where there seemed to be little hope for his life. These two artists shared a close bond as they represented West Coast rap on a global scale. Even after Tupac's tragic passing, Snoop continues to carry on his legacy. It was mind-blowing, and people could not believe it when Snoop performed alongside a hologram of Tupac at the 2012 Coachella show. But that's not all. Snoop had the honor of introducing Tupac to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame on April 7th, 2017. During the ceremony, he delivered an emotional speech paying tribute to the late rapper's impact and influence. In a recent interview, Snoop touched upon the legacies of both Tupac and Biggie, and he hinted at something that could give weight to the rumor of Jay-Z being involved in Tupac's demise. Going back to Jay-Z, he may have had some serious jealousy toward Tupac. It's surprising to hear what Nas revealed about Jay-Z's true feelings towards certain artists in the industry. According to Nas, Jay-Z claimed to be superior to Biggie, and even went as far as saying that Tupac and DMX lacked lyrical skills. But here's the thing, Nas strongly disagreed with Jay-Z's stance. He firmly believed that Tupac was the best. It seems Nas wasn't alone in his sentiment either. T.I. once commented that Tupac was a better rapper than Jay-Z. The interesting part is that shortly after T.I. expressed his opinion, he received a call from Jay-Z himself. They were discussing something completely unrelated when Jay-Z casually slipped in a question about T.I.'s belief in Tupac's superiority. Well, look who's green with envy. Jay-Z just can't handle the fact that Tupac was a rap superstar, while he's still struggling to keep up. Poor Jay. Maybe he should try writing a diss track about his own jealousy issues. Could it be that Jay-Z is so insecure about his position in the industry that even after all these years since Tupac's passing, he still feels the need to prove himself as the best rapper in the game? Big Gip had some interesting opinions about the rivalry between Tupac and Jay-Z. According to him, while Jay-Z may have superior rap skills, Tupac had a unique ability to connect with people on a heartfelt level through his music, and that's something that couldn't be matched. In Big Gip's own words, he said, "To me, Tupac, the only reason why you inch and Jay passed Tupac is cause he got that damn Beyonce. You take Beyonce away, then it's a different ballgame. Yeah, Jay might rap better than Pac, but Pac came with the heart. That's different. You can't beat that. You can never beat the heart, bro." He went on to make another bold statement, suggesting that if Tupac were still alive, Beyonce would be by his side instead of Jay-Z. Now, is Jay-Z behind this 20-year mystery? Or is it just the fans wanting closure to the demise of their idol? Let me know your thoughts.